She can keep her Korean to herself. News anchor gets racist voicemail complaining she was being very Asian after briefly mentioning dumpling soup. Michelle Lee, a Korean American news anchor for KDSK News in St. Louis, Missouri, received a racist voicemail from a female viewer after briefly mentioning dumpling soup during a segment about New Year's traditions. Lee, who was born in South Korea and adopted by an American family in Missouri, tweeted a video clip of the original news broadcast that drew the unnamed woman's ire. Let me just stop here because usually, when you're adopted, that means you come here as a child. That means you lost much of your culture, usually. So usually you won't know anything about dumpling soup. And more than likely, her American parents are the ones who try to look for little things, that will make her feel like accommodated with her own culture. And if you go around the world, people do different things. Like a lady told me, like in Spain, when the New Year comes in, they have like 12 grapes or something like that, and they drop grapes into their mouths and so forth. Everybody has a little different thing, Black people here in America, black eyed peas and so forth, rice. Everybody has their own version of celebrating. So this is nothing new. Yeah. So Michelle Lee goes on to say, it's subtle, but people do notice something small, but representation matters. We are not all eating cornbread, my friends, though it is delicious. In the clip, she discusses foods commonly eaten on New Year's Day, including greens, black-eyed peas, cornbread, and pork. I ate dumpling soup, Lee commented. That's what a lot of Korean people do. Your friendly neighborhood Mediaite contributing editor made black-eyed peas for my family and neighbors. Easy recipe here. But that dumpling soup sounds really good too. The unhappy woman who left Lee the voicemail apparently thought differently. So irate that a mere 3 seconds of televised airtime were devoted to discussing Korean traditions that she felt compelled to call Lee and leave a voicemail message complaining about it. Lee posted a video on her Twitter and Instagram account in which she plays the audio of the voicemail and calmly sips a drink from a green plastic cup. Hi, the message cheerily begins. This evening, your Asian anchor mentioned something about being Asian, and Asian people eat dumplings on New Year's Day. And I kind of take offense to that. Because what if one of your white anchors said, well, white people eat this on New Year's Day? She continued, complaining that she didn't think it was appropriate that she said that. And she's being very Asian. And I don't know. She can keep her Korean to herself. Alright? Sorry, it was annoying. She concluded, offering this explanation. Because if a white person would say that, they would get fired. Yeah, like saying, a white person say, yeah, we had apple pie. We had apple pie on New Year's Day. Or we had turkey. Yeah, they got fired for saying that. Man, this is where we came to? Oh my God. Yep. As seen above, a lady does not react much in the video itself, but did write on Twitter that she would love to say something back. And on Instagram, she captioned the post with, "We should all be given the chance to bring our full humanity to the table." She also changed her online bios to read "Very Asian" and has received an outpouring of support online with a number of her fellow Asian American journalists making similar changes to their bios. So this is kind of outrageous. First of all, she didn't say that Asian people eat dumplings at New Year's. She said Korean. She's specifically talking about Korean. Because Asia is made up of different ethnic groups. And if you go to Japan, what are the chances that the Japanese will be eating dumplings? You know? Or maybe even the Chinese. Yeah. So this is so ridiculous that people people can file grievances over such petty things. You know, it's like, what is the world coming to?